And now we are continuing to our 101 to 125 items. Let's start with 101. Other than Summa Contra Gentiles, what is the most popular work of Saint Thomas Aquinas? Take note, Saint Thomas Aquinas was the mediator between the realism and idealism. Of course, the correct answer here is Summa Theologica. Okay, so in this work, St. Thomas attempted to explain the truth of Christian theology and advance the proposition that conflict need not exist between reason and faith. You cannot see God, but you can see the manifestation of God, therefore there is God. That is Summa Theologica. 102. Which of the following is not a characteristic or a feature of perennialist teacher? A. Director of parental calisthenics. B. Disseminator of truth. C. Demonstrator or scientist. Or D. Debater. Perennialist. Okay, so of course, a perennialist is not a debater. Calisthenics is being just taught in a never changing curriculum. Disseminator of truth, because for them truth never change. But a debater, hindi ganyan ang perennialist. A perennialist stick to his point. 103. If you are agree with Rizal on how you can contribute to our country's redemption, which should work for? A. The country's full participation in world trade. B. The upgrading of the quality Philippine education. C. The economic recovery of the country. Or D. The stabilization of the country's political situation. The correct answer is letter B. It's simply political. Okay, so through education, the motherland receives its glory. So it's letter B. It's the upgrading of the quality of Philippine education. So that's the reason why Rizal went to the other country just to continue his passion in education. Kaya nga sa kanya sabi niya through education, the motherland receives its glory. So, ang kabataan ang pag-asa ng bayan, and he is emphasizing the value of education for every youth. 104. Authority comes from God and is meant to A. Be used to exploit others, be used to serve others, be lorded over others, or D. Distinguish the powerful from the powerless. The correct answer is letter B. To use to serve others. So the real concept of authority is service and not self-service. 105. Which statement on human rights is correct? A. All rights are inalienable. B. Some rights are absolute. C. Every right carries with it an obligation. Or D. Rights are punishable. The correct answer is letter C. Every right carries with it an obligation. Take note, for every right, there is a corresponding obligation because one has to accept the consequences appertaining to that particular right bestowed upon him. So, kaya sabi sa Spider-Man, great power comes great responsibility. Teacher Kokoy is observed to be a bit aloof from the children of 8 Aitas. He justifies his action by saying, "We are both human. We cannot like every pupil." Is he acting ethically? A. Yes, because Teacher Kokoy is not yet engaged in a destructive behavior. B. Yes, persons including teachers have their own peculiarities and we expect that we cannot like everybody in the same way. C. No, Under no circumstance shall a teacher be prejudiced against any learner, or D. No, unless she has extraordinary reason for being aloof for the ITAS. The correct answer is C. No, under no circumstance shall a teacher be prejudiced against any learner. So take note, meron tayong EFA, education for all. So there should no be favoritism, there should no be discrimination, and everything should just be equally be there should always be an equal representation, especially in the field of education, regardless of the gender, of the intellectual capacity, and especially with the race, the color of the skin. To insist on rights without acceptance of duty is A. Selflessness, B. Awareness, C. Selfishness, or D. Righteousness. The correct answer is letter C. Selfishness. So a right without a duty or an obligation attached with it is a meaningless right. So duty is inevitable for every right. So again, to insist on rights without acceptance of duty is, ang tawag niyan ay selfishness. 108. The philosophical school that maintains that ethical principles are known to be valid through institution. This is under A. Rationalism, B. Idealism, C. Intuitionism, or D. Realism. The correct answer is intuitionism. So the philosophy adheres to the primacy of intuition, kutub kung sa mga babae pa, as the source of the knowledge. So ang magagaling talaga dito, girls. So meron silang tinatawag na intuitionism, and that's normal. It is a philosophy that is considered as the educational application of pragmatism. This is referring to, of course, progressivism. We have already discussed that one. 110. A philosophy that is based on the maxim, live according to nature. This is under Epicureanism, Stoicism, Hedonism, or Utilitarianism. The correct answer is Stoicism. The Stoic ethical teaching is based upon two principles. One is the absolute law governing the universe. Second, the rational nature of human. So it talks about the nature of every human being. So it says that we need to live according to nature and we need to conform with nature. So that's the concept of Stoicism. It's purely nature. Next, the following were the schools during the early medieval period except Episcopal, Catechetal, Academy, Catechumenal. The correct answer is Academy. So Academy, take note, was founded by Plato. Lyceum was founded by Aristotle. 112. Who among the following philosophers is not included in the three pillars of Sophist school? Plato, Protagoras, Aristotle, Socrates. The correct answer is Protagoras. The three pillars were Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. Socrates, known for his Socratic method or known as debate. Plato, known for his he is known for his Plato was known for his academy, Aristotle was known for his lyceum. The two most popular small cities, polis in Greece were Arian and Sparta, B. Sparta and Athens, C. Sparta and Rome, or D. Athens and China. The correct answer is letter B. Sparta and Athens. So these are ancient Greece was divided into several polis So, meaning to say small cities or states. So, Sparta and Athens were the most popular polis. The Athenian education, known as pentathlon, was at the heart of its curriculum. Which subject or activity is not included in the pentathlon? Is it running, writing, jumping, wrestling? Of course, writing. So pentathlon is comprised of running, jumping, discus, javelin, and wrestling. So 5. Next, Teacher Paul advises the class, better be good in this life. Treat well others. The good that you do to others will come back to you, in same way that the bad you do to others will boomerang to you. This is what they call karma. From which philosophy did this originate? Hindu, Zen Buddhism, Buddhist, or Shinto? The correct answer is Hindu. So, this is the concept of karma. Next, Teacher Beth says, if it is PSP that brings students out of the classroom, let us bring it into the classroom. Perhaps I can use it to teach simulation. So, to which philosophy does Teacher Beth adhere? The correct answer is progressivist again. So, in our previous item, can you still remember the item in which we need to bring the billiard inside the classroom so as students will just be staying inside the classroom? 117. Mens sana in corpora sano literally means, okay, it's sound mind, sound body. Mens sana in corpora sano. So the ultimate aim of Athenian education is to have a sound mind and sound body. Education during this period was essentially intellectual discipline based on rational arguments. So this points to feudalistic education, monastic education, scholastic education, or Hellenistic education. The correct answer is scholastic education. So scholasticism as dubbed as an education as intellectual discipline. 119. Dewey's philosophy stresses the development of an individual capable of reflecting thinking, specifically that of being able to solve the problem he faces, individually or collectively. This is A. Experimentalism, B. Consequentialism, C. Rationalism, or D. Developmentalism. The correct answer is reflective thinking. Of course, it's rationalism. So, rationalists stress the supremacy of reason and all its faculties, including reflection, introspection, as the source of knowledge. Next number. The curriculum puts more emphasis on basic requirements, longer days, with uniforms. We call it, of course, ikaw bilang ulit na ito, essentialism or essentialist. 121. According to social reconstructivists, one of the most effective methods for initiating change should be by studying the present, past, future, past, present, and future. The correct answer is future. So we talk about society. So you are building the things in preparation for the future. 122. The blank curriculum can be best described as experience-centered and focused on problem solving. A. Essentialist, B. Progressivist, C. Perennialist, D. Reconstructionist. The correct answer is progressivist. Again, it is an experience-centered. That is why if you have a billiard, you bring the billiard inside the class because your concept of education is learning by doing. 123. the cognitive subjects of mathematics, especially algebra, geometry, history, languages, logic, literature, particularly the great books and science, would occupy a central position in the blank curriculum. Perennialist, progressivist, reconstructionist, or essentialist. The correct answer is perennialist. So um those are never changing subjects, and it was taught in the old curriculum, and until right now we still have these following subjects. So mastery of this subject is considered necessary for the training of the intellect. 124. A theory of philosophic thought that defines our views about the learner, the teacher, and the school. This is philosophy of education. Number 125. It is the philosophical movement that is characterized by plurality and diversity. A. Progressivism. B. Perennialism. C. Postmodernism. Or D. Logical atomism. The correct answer is letter C. Postmodernism. So postmodernism is a philosophical movement that emphasizes innovation, change, and diversity. Such movement is reflected in architecture, art, dance, music, and literature. It's plurality and diversity. So that's the end of our 125 items for the professional education. So I hope that you can review well and you'll be ready for our post test. Thank you so much for your time, and we'll see you on our next review. Thank you and God bless.